What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my March TBR. March is going to be a big month. I feel like there's a bunch of readathons going on in March. There's two in particular that I know I will participate in, and there's a few more that I have to look into. I have quite the TBR because of that, but readathons always motivates me to read more. I always get more books done when there's readathons going on, so I am hopeful that I will be able to get through all of these books, and I think I'll be able to do it. I'm hopeful. Like I said, there's two readathons in particular that I know I will be participating in. The first one is Koreadathon. It's a readathon hosted by Books with Chloe and Monica Kim. It's going on the second week of March, and it's basically a readathon where you read a bunch of books that are Korean. Basically there's a few prompts for that readathon, and I'm really excited for that one. It's the first year that I'm participating in it, so I think it's going to be fun, and there's a Discord group as well. And then the second readathon that I'm thinking of participating in is the mini magical readathon that's hosted by G over at Book Roast, and that is on the third week of March, I'm pretty sure. I have to look a little bit more into that one because I haven't done my character prompts yet either, so I'll just have to look at that as well and just make sure I have everything. So those are the ones that I'm for sure participating in. There's also another one that is the final book support group. That one is hosted by Steph, and basically that one you just have to focus on some final books in series, which I am doing regardless. So I'm thinking of loosely participating in that one, and there's a few more as well, but that's it for basically readathons that I'm participating in. And without further ado, let's get into my own TBR. So if you guys did not know, I play a TBR game that is loosely based on Sushi Go. It is super simple. I basically have to draw 5 cards, and each card is a prompt, and I have to fit a book for each prompt. Super easy, super simple. I will link my first video up above if you guys want to go check it out, where I explain a little bit more about it, but it is super simple. Before we get into that, I do want to go over super quickly last month's TBR and just check in on how I did. I didn't do perfect. There's a few books that I didn't get a chance to read. The Library of the Unwritten, I kind of scrapped that for my TBR because that was a buddy read with Elsa, and she DNF'd that book, so I scrapped that book because I just didn't feel like reading it either. And then I'm filming this, there's still a few days left to the month, and I am halfway through Nevernight. I am confident I'm going to be able to read that one before the month ends, but I still have some kind of happiness, which honestly, truthfully, I don't think I'll have time to read that one. There's basically 2 books that I couldn't get, that I couldn't read this month. But I did read the Charm Offensive, that was for 2 points. I did read the Dragon Republic, that was for 3 points. I did read Nevernight, or I will read Nevernight, and that is for 3 points. And then the Winter of the Witch was for 10 points. So that's 18 points already done. And so probably next month I'll be able to switch up prompts, or I might change and make it for 50 points. Okay, let's go. 5 cards I said, I think. Okay, first card is the 3 Mackerel, which is a sequel. That's gonna be fun. That's actually perfect. Next card, I'm having trouble. Next card is, oh shoot, another sequel. Okay, meaning I have to draw in an extra card. So here's my dice, and it's going to be a sequel in... Oh, that's actually perfect. It's a sequel in fantasy book. That's really good. I'm really happy about that. Okay, so the first card that I draw was a sequel, and then I had to pick the genre of that sequel, and I landed on fantasy, which was perfect because I have been wanting to read The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. This is the last book in the Poppy Wars series. I've been reading this series over at Ian's Out of This World Reader read along. It's his channel Read Along. Over at his Discord group. I will link his channel down below as well. And we are on the 3rd book, and I cannot wait to read this one. The first 2 books were amazing. I love them. The first book is about this girl named Rin who basically passes this test in order to enter this military academy to become a soldier. and she goes to the academy and train, and then obviously like war starts and she's thrown into the war, and that's kind of the story. Basically it's a lot more than that, but that's the gist of it. And this is the last book in this series. I cannot wait to see where this book goes. I kind of got spoiled for the ending. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 80% sure I know how this book ends, which hopefully I'm wrong, but we'll see. Each book has been better and better. Like how the last book ended, I cannot wait to get into this book. So I'm really excited to finish this series off and see how this ends and see where. Next the card is highest rated. Second card, I landed on highest rated. So I basically went on my Goodreads and I sorted all of my books from highest rated, and I saw what was on the top. I avoided it last month, but I'm not avoiding it this month. So I decided to finally pick up Jade City by Fonda. This is the #1 highest rated book that I have on my TBR. Last month I didn't want to read it, but this month I am up for it. I think I can do it. I was watching Mel's read live show, and Aaron got me so excited for this book. So I'm ready. I think I'm ready to dive into this one. It is the final book in the Green Bones Saga series. This is a Asian inspired urban fantasy. It's mafia inspired. This is so freaking good, but this is so freaking big as well. It's like 700 pages. So I'm nervous about this one, but I've heard so many good things about this one. People say this is like the best final book in a series they've read ever. It's the best book at like wrapping up a series. So I'm excited, but I'm nervous, and I cannot wait to read this book. So between this and The Burning God, I feel like I have like half of the month already planned out. So I am nervous, and I'm hoping I can get through both of these books. I feel like I'm gonna need like a week to read this and then a week to just process everything after. So that's why I'm nervous, but I'm excited as well, and I can do it. I'm up for the challenge. Ooh, a pretty cover. And for pretty cover, I decided to pick up Six Crimson Crane by Elizabeth Lim. I've been wanting to read this book for like months now. I don't know why, since like December. I've been wanting to read this book, and I never picked it up. I don't know why. But the cover is like freaking gorgeous. This is the Fairy Loot edition, but like this is basically the UK cover. And I love it. It is so freaking pretty. I've heard really good things about this book. I've heard like this is super magical and whimsical. Between The Burning God and Jade Legacy, I feel like I'm gonna need like a lighter book, and this is going to be perfect, I think. So I'm just really excited about this one. This is about a girl, what's her name? And she's like being cursed, I think. And she's cursed, and then every time she speaks, she loses one of her brother. And I think she tries to like end the curse or something. I'm not really sure, to be quite honest, but I've heard some really good things about it, and I'm really excited to finally be able to put this on my TBR and actually read it, hopefully. Next we have choice. Choice is basically my choice. I can do whatever I want. It's kind of just a free card for me. I can do whatever I want with this card. I am really happy I got this one. Next card that I had was a choice. Basically that is just a free card for me, a free book for me every month if I land on that. And for this one I'm picking up Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. I'm picking this book up for the Koreadathon readathon basically, and so I've been wanting to read this one as well for a really long time. I did read A Permanent Record from this author a few years ago, I think, maybe like 2 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the best book out there, but I still really enjoyed this one, so I've been wanting to pick this one up ever since. This is about this girl named Penny, and Penny moves somewhere where she doesn't really know anyone, and then she ends up meeting this guy named Sam, and they, I don't know how, end up being their emergency contact, and they form a relationship like that, like texting and writing relationship, I'm pretty sure. I'm excited to see what this one is all about. I've heard some pretty good things about this one, and so I've been wanting to read it for a little while, and it fits the prompt for the Koreadathon readathon, so I thought it would be perfect to read this one this month. And then the last one is a 5 stars prediction. Oh my god, this is actually perfect. I am so happy with these cards, with these prompts. My next card was a 5 stars prediction, and so for that one I went with Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the second book in the From Blood and Ash series. I read the first book last month, and the first book was on my 5 stars prediction list for 2022. It ended up not being a 5 stars, but people say this is the better book in this series. People love the second one, so that's why I'm choosing this one as a 5-star prediction. And I still really enjoyed the first book way more than I thought I would. I mean, I was hoping I was gonna like it, but I ended up liking it a lot more than what I expected. It was a lot more than what I thought it was going to be before I went into it. This is a fantasy romance book. It's about this girl named Poppy, and she's the maiden. She's waiting for her ascension, but she falls in love with her guard in the process, kind of. It's much more than that. Honestly, I loved the first book. It was really good. It was a 4-star, and since people say this is even better than the first one, I am hoping this is going to be a 5-star. I'm really excited for this one. So that's it, guys. Those are all the books that I have on my March TBR. Have you read any of these? Let me know in the comments down below, or let me know what are your reading plans for the month of March. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night depending on you're watching this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
I can't believe that you came into my life.